Meeting your season goal comes with higher rewards, but also higher risk. Start your week by installing your game plan.
Bring your lunch pails, fellas. I need to see that workman attitude today. We got to get better today. What I want to know is, who's ready to get better? I'm ready to work today. You ready to work? You ready to work? All right, then let's see it. Let's get out there and do it.
Okay? Right. Return. 132. Fire! Come on, set. 15 lining. 15 lining. Huh? Got it. Set. Huh? Ready. Get the plan. Set up. Let's go now. 30 base. Ready, go.
You know what, man? That was pretty darn good. And you know what really gets me excited? The fact that I know we can get better. You guys have so much room to improve still. That is exciting. Let's go out here and next practice, let's improve.
The Zach Taylor era begins in Cincinnati. It's the coach. This is week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, the Bengals have a new man calling the shots. Zach Taylor, the second youngest coach in the entire league. as they head to Seattle to take on the oldest coach in the league, Pete Carroll of the Seattle Seahawks. I'll be back at halftime with a look at the games in progress. But first, let's get up to Seattle. Standing by are the guys in the booth, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Cincinnati Bengals. So happy to be with you, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, and we thought it would never get here, but here we are back together. It's opening weekend of the 100th season in the NFL.
So much football to talk about. That's our main focus. But how about how much happened in the offseason? Rules changes. Overtime rules were discussed in a big way. Some superstars changed addresses. There's a whole lot to talk about in the NFL in addition to this game we're getting ready to watch.
This is Joe Mixon, fourth in the NFL in rushing last season. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Sometimes those guys taking the 7th round, you can think, oh, maybe he's just happy to be in the league. I don't think that's the case here.
And you know those actor friends that we have? How do they start every script?
I don't have any actor friends.
What's my motivation? Right? Well, this guy's motivation is you got picked in the 7th round, so no one expects you to make the team, let alone have an impact. And we know plenty of guys have done exactly that as 7th rounders.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization, general manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they decline. Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. And now the throw hauled in by Green. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there at 22. Mixon with a first down carry. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 2nd down and 2 coming up.
It's
2nd and 2. That's complete to John Ross. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 16 yards, a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Making the stop that time, Bobby Wagner.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny. And
that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Now Joe Mixon. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner, coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Dancing to his left. He may try and run for this. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the first with a very effective stiff arm. Well, apart from Kyler Murray, not too many mobile QBs in this year's rookie class, but some good scrambling there to get the first.
Now that's disappointing for the defense. They had the advantage, had excellent coverage all over the field.
And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon taking it in. And the Bengals are in for 6. And Charles, he's able to dive in there in a short yardage situation.
Just find a place to get to the end zone. Didn't matter where it was, but once he did, used his nose for the end zone and dove in.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Flush to his right. Going deep. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there for Cincinnati. 41 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way, oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight end.
Mixon hit, and all the ball is out. And to the 12. That's where it stops. The return is halted at the 12-yard line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, that's the 1 weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Looking for Boyd, and he's got him. Touchdown, Bengals. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals add on to their lead. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix it. things there. Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason, and runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Buddy up. Hey, 50 the mic, 50 the mic. Bring it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Green's open, and he's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 19 yards away, and the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
The previous play is under review.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Here we go. Tell the ending. Come on. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm running.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where it was the visiting Ravens who were able to come in and take this one on the road. 38-14, the final score. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Andrew Luck has thrown a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, we head to the shores of Lake Erie, see what's going on with the Cleveland Browns. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. Baker Mayfield, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race, very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Godden and Charles Day.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Robert Kimdichie just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go to the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Now it's Mixon running right. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right. He's got a man complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. John Ross, 96 yards. And the Bengals add on to their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Yeah, 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Pull it together.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Green's got it over the middle. 30, past the 20. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
So whatever happened to rookie quarterbacks taking time to adjust to life in the NFL? Because this guy looks like he's been doing it for about, 7 years? 4 touchdown passes? That's not something rookies are supposed to be doing.
Ready? 10, touchdown. 54. Hey, we got to get to the ball, team. We got to get to the ball.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to air it out deep for Green. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for Cincinnati. 49 yards. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I know every offense wants to start their snaps closer to the goal line, but it's actually harder to throw the ball in those situations. You throw into that tight coverage, you see what happens. Hard to get the ball in there.
Not enough space. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 41. A handoff to Mixon. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
2nd and 9 now. Green with a catch left side. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep. Confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
As a rookie quarterback, that's exactly how you endear yourself to your teammates. Give it up for the cause. It's also how you end up on the training table, too.
Yeah, it's a catch-22. Coach doesn't like it. Teammates love it. Where do you fall on it?
Well, I fall on wanting to endear yourself to your teammates, but pick your spots. Be smart about it. They need you for the full season.
Yeah, the rookie's going to learn as he goes. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation, because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, it still definitely hurts.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Set. 6 yards. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Check.
Mixon gets the nod to start the drive. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. 2nd and 6. Flush to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep right sideline. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, they run with Mixon. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
1st down, Cincinnati.
So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Cincinnati, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to rebound next week as they head to Heinz Field to take on the Steelers. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.